Welcome to episode 10. And we're still in the middle of a war with North Korea. As you can see, North Korea is taking some heavy losses. They lost 2.5 million people. And us as the US, we only lost 1,044. So we're doing pretty good. And we're going to continue on with this war, and we're going to look for an unconditional surrender from North Korea. So I'm going to start moving ground forces and going to start moving some commandos over to our base in South Korea. We don't have many commandos in the region. And I think I'm probably going to have to hire more. Yeah. I'm going to see if we can get... Alright, that's going to cost 3.2 billion. Let's see... So we're going to move more ground forces in, and we're just going to take cities and work our way up to Pyongyang. It's going to take a while, because North Korea still outnumbers us in Pyongyang. So if we take little small cities and force them out, they'll be more out in the open, because I can't just bombard a city or it's going to destroy my poles.
Our agents that have infiltrated this organization confirmed their window of opportunity.
You gave the order to bombard a city. The enemy army is defeated. We should finish them off quickly.
Alright, let's hope this ends well before anyone else gets involved. Okay, they're willing to pay us $51 million in 7 years, which is pretty little to nothing each year. That's not going to even scratch our economy, so we're going to refuse. And hopefully I don't regret it. Alright. So we're going to converge on their parliament. Wow, they have a lot. Okay, so we just lost all of our troops. Wow,
The city has fallen.
that didn't go well at all. Alright, let's try our commandos. Okay, so we're still pounding them, but we're still not able to take over a city. Let's see how we do. Their cities are too reinforced. So this may last longer than I intended. Yeah, this isn't going over well. Let's see how many did we lose? All right, that quick we lost 20,000.
The battle in the current state of things is off to a bad start.
The city has fallen.
Okay, so they're trying to send reinforcements. All right, we were
This
doing
person
so well.
is at risk of a scandal. The lead
Looks like they're counterattacking. So what's going to have to happen now is we're just going to have to take out more of their troops. And make them feel everything is hopeless.
The city has fallen.
Yeah, we're not even able to take their smaller cities. So although we did well with taking out their bases, they're just counterattacking now. They're all right. So
the team encounter.
So this is really starting to turn for the worse. But we can't retreat. We've come so far. I don't understand why they're not firing, because we have 85,000 missiles. Alright, so let's see. Let's see how we're doing now. Alright, so North Korea lost 3 million. And they only have 499,000 troops left. And surprisingly, through all of this, we have a 100% approval rating still.
I suggest that you make an official speech and that you officially condemn these acts to the UN Security Council
What
in order
in
to
the
force
world?
the international community to face its responsibilities.
France attacks us?
Faced with the unacceptable attitude of this country, I suggest that you break up all diplomatic. I suggest that you make an official speech.
Well, it looks like this series
Faced
is
with the
about to end
unacceptable
very
attitude of this-
quickly. So we got attacked by France. All right, so we're going to be forced to, because I'm not sure what to expect from France, we're going to be forced to maybe accept the peace treaty from North Korea. I'm going to hold out for a little longer.
face of the attack of which we are all victims, I am officially notifying the Security Council and the member states of our ultimatum of 72 hours. After this deadline, we will attack all hostile armed forces that have not withdrawn. We will not be intimidated. We will not give in.
Why in the world would France attack us? Okay, this is really turning for the worse now. So now I'm forced to attack them back now.
The funeral will take place next.
So this is really, this is going really out of hand now. And I lost about 600 missile launchers. So what's going to happen is, for North Korea, I'm just going to have to reduce their troop numbers down so low that they feel as though they can't. They feel as though they can defend themselves. So this is really turned for the worst. And now I have France to worry about. So now I have to send a carrier group to
One of our drones
the
has...
Marshall Islands.
It must be conceded that there is a stalemate.
But through all of this, surprisingly, we still have
This loss is...
a 100% approval rating. So how many troops do Marshall Islands have? So they're so close to Hawaii, I have no choice. I have no choice but to invade them. Or else Hawaii's a sitting duck. Let's see, I need some more planes. Gonna set up our carrier group.
We are going to violate this country's water.
Alright, let me concentrate back on North Korea again now. Wow. So our losses are really up there with 30,000. And again, surprisingly, my approval rating is still high.
Your politics are on the right track.
And the military's. North Korea is really trying
Our
to take a
forces
last
based
stand.
in this territory have just been attacked by the same country. Let's respond! With your approval, I will order.
The situation is serious. We must act.
Alright, so the pressure's on to declare war on the Marshall Islands. So they only have one base. Yeah. They have one naval base.
Fellow esteemed citizens, our current situation is critical. Faced with repeated provocations from this rogue state that is threatening both our country and the international community, I have made a conscious decision to declare war. We regret that diplomacy has failed. It is now up to our guns to speak for us, so that we can defend our homeland.
We have to act quickly. I strongly advise you to officially call on all our allies.
In these dark days, I call on all our allies to maintain their commitments by standing at our side against the forces that threaten our country and the balance of power in this part of the world.
Gonna dispatch that group there. Again, 43 million is not going to do much for our economy. And then over 5 years. No. We want a total surrender.
Fellow esteemed citizens, our current situation is critical, faced with repeated provocations from this rogue state that is threatening both our country and the international community. I have made a conscious decision to declare war. We regret that diplomacy has...
Yeah, we're going to accept, because there's really nothing to gain.
The situation is excellent. Our armed forces are better than those of the enemy.
And I only did that because I'm really trying to concentrate on North Korea. Let's see. Alright, so this is the perfect time to... We still have 40,000 troops on standby. Wow, they they decided to declare war anyway without me. Cape Verde. Yep. All these countries are declaring war on the Marshall Islands now. Have to pull back. All right, now we're Now we're really getting it back. We lost a ton of missile launchers. Alright, let's check our missiles. So, I'm going to produce a little more. Our economy is doing well, but that's only because we don't have as many we don't have as much military equipment now because of the war.
Our governmental cell informs me that it has had.
Alright, so we're back to doing well again. Our relationship with South Korea has been strained. And I haven't really done any economic policy, so we still have a $115 billion surplus, which is good.
Good morning.
Alright, they want to sell us cereals. $4,000 tons is really not going to do anything. So I'm going to decline.
Sure. Our country is.
And in that meeting, alright, the country doesn't like that I met with him for whatever reason. And I can't believe it. Their economy is still growing. So before the war, they had a surplus of 2.38. They now have a surplus of 3.84. So, but his rating went down. But it's starting to bounce back up. So let's see how many. So this war is taking a lot longer than I expected. So let's see how many. Okay, so they're down to 135,000 troops, and his numbers just went down. Just went from 51 to 46%.
Here is our growth forecast for the end of the year based on calculations that we made last month. This is an average figure. It
Okay, let's see. So yeah, it didn't go through. So now let's try. Wow, we really did some damage with North Korea.
We are very optimistic as to the outcome of the war.
So we're gonna move another 24,000. So, no. And I think that I'm going to end episode 10. The war continues with North Korea. And we'll see you next episode.